you know, there is a way to draw Stinky Stevens. First, when you draw anything or any kind of a cartoon character, you want to start with what I call an armature. So I'm going to make Stinky waving like this. Okay? So this is kind of a skeleton. There's his shoulder, there's his hands, and his feet. Okay, and then after that, you have to put flesh on him. You kind of make it. Now Stinky's got kind of a high forehead, so we got to make his head long. And then this arm is foreshortened, so we'll have it go that way. Okay, so he's got kind of short legs. Okay, so that's basically his shape. I'll give him a little bit bigger head here. His ears are kind of low on his head there. Let me slide this down just a little bit here. There. Alright, now what you do next is you I draw on tissue paper. See, I have layers here, and then I gray that back a little bit, and then I put a new layer over top. It's just like putting another piece of tissue paper over top. And then so I start drawing more in detail this time. I like to start with the eyes first, because the eyes kind of give personality and direction to the character. Okay, so now I know where to put things. And just because I have a sketch somewhere doesn't necessarily mean that that's where the final line is going to be. You know, I can make adjustments all along the way. So I have most of his weight shifted over one foot. I always have kind of a center of balance here, kind of imaginary line that runs down the middle so that he looks balanced. Oops, I forgot Stinky only has 3 fingers. I draw the cartoons with 3 fingers because you don't have to draw as many fingers. You draw lots of cartoons, you don't have to draw as much. And Stinky has a striped shirt, so I can get rid of that background layer, and there's our rough drawing of Stinky Stevens. Okay, now I could go in a little tighter and give it more detail. Give another layer over top, and we'll increase the size of that. I like to there, so I can give him a little bit more detail. For you, if you don't have a drawing tablet, you can always get closer to your paper. Sometimes drawings you have to kind of build them. It doesn't come first time. And you know, one of the things I like to do is I like to draw fast, because you know, when you draw fast, you get more action in your line. You get more personality in your characters. Okay? I see his little wrinkle line here. Now another thing I do, especially with Stinky Stevens, is that I like keeping the line loose. So I use kind of a heavy line, and I just press lightly, and I get that variance of thick and thin as I draw. And that just gives it a little more action, I think. But you know, I like putting in a few hatch marks here and there, especially in the shadow areas. You know, if you look at the Stinky Stevens character, it's very loosely drawn, and I like giving it that looseness because it gives more personality. I think more personality is good. It's always good. Okay. Okay, there's a Stinky Stevens character right there. Now, one of the things that I also like to do is I like to work with facial expressions. Let's see if I can get rid of this. I'll just make another layer here on top, and so let's just draw some ovals. And there's suspicious Stinky. His head tilted forward a little bit. His shoulders humped a little bit. Now there's excited Stinky. And sometimes I start with the mouth. And I don't always start with the eyes. You know, it depends on the personality I'm trying to capture. And we'll make kind of an exasperated Stinky. Start with the face like that. The nice thing about his hair is that you can't go wrong. You can kind of sketch it any way you want. Okay, does that give you an idea? So, you know, just playing with ovals, you know, you can just do ovals in different ways and just start putting faces on them. Start with eyes, and see how you can do just a few simple lines and you can give it some personality. And the ears, and then you can just add the hair on later on. Does that look like fun? Practice this yourself, okay? And remember, don't worry about making it perfect. Learn to draw fast. You know, if you don't get it right the first time, what is it? It's just paper and pencil. You're not creating a masterpiece each time. What you're doing is trying to learn how to draw. Okay? I hope that helps.